Worst dad joke I told at my daughter's wedding. I went to a cannibal wedding the other day. It was going really good until they started toasting the bride and groom. Bloody marvellous.
Hello, hello, welcome. Hi, Pie. I hope you've had a bloody marvellous day. I certainly have. We've been staying in Timaru for a few nights, and the white dome that you see in the background has somewhat dominated our view. And so it's almost like we live in the shadow of the dome. It sort of sounds very mysterious, but it's quite easily explained. Just a large dome. 31 January 2022, or New Year's Eve, the day after my eldest daughter's wedding. So, yeah, it's way down over Casey and Norman came up to our Airbnb with some bagels and stuff for breakfast, and we all had bagels and stuff for breakfast, and it was very nice all together, all of us. Then it was time for Ben and Lindsay to leave to head up to Auckland. They're flying home to Ohio, Cincinnati, and I'm recording this a little late. I'll explain as I go through, but as of now they've made it safely home. So Ben and Lindsay left for home, and we dropped Ricky off at the Timaru airport, and she also went home to Wellington. Not quite as quite as dramatic as taking two kids to Cincinnati, but nonetheless left for home. So the 31st is Carlos, my daughter's new husband's birthday, so they had arranged to have an afternoon at their place after the wedding. So we headed out there for the afternoon for lunch, and caught up with a few of our friends and things that had dropped by that had come for the wedding, and just had a nice afternoon in the sun, having a few drinks and stuff to eat and catching up with people. And then as the sun went down, they had a burner there, lit a fire, got that going, and then the marshmallows came out, and they all had s'mores and what have you as they sat around the fire, and then it sort of got dark. Now we sort of knew that there was going to be, for the New Year's celebration, some fireworks going off in the vicinity of our accommodation. Now, my expectation was that the fireworks would be quite spectacular and right there in front of us. So we came home and settled in, and I set up my time-lapse camera, and then I waited on the balcony of our accommodation with my phone camera, just on normal video, and that's what you're seeing here in the background. And as you can see, the display was somewhat off to the left, and in fact I think I can say that my time lapse on my GoPro picked up none of it. And I initially started on the left-hand side of the balcony, and then realised that if I went to the right-hand side, I might get some slightly better, display of what was going on. So as time went on, I got a little bit better, but we might not have time, or may not see or display quite that. I'll I'll see what I can rustle up there as the background recording. And so that finished round about just after midnight, and I still had all my social media to do. So I attempted to do as much of it as I could, but I couldn't record. I just had to go to bed, and I didn't record this vlog. I got my TikToks done and my Instagram and all that sort of thing, but not my not this. So I'm now recording it. Once I've returned home, which this will overlap with the next vlog for today, the day that I'm recording it. So I'll just say that I'm recording this from my home studio in the comfort of my home with a lovely cup of English breakfast tea in my beloved polka dot cup. So that pretty much sums up the day. It was full on and bloody marvellous. And so 1,500 steps and dome life under the dome. I did an hour of admin, catching up on emails and just checking and maintaining things. And the weight, unchanged as we return home for the big weigh-in. Could be interesting. Here's today's challenge. Used in cooking, royal, ganache, and fondant are all types of what? Put your answer in the comments below the video, please. The word geyser comes from a word meaning erupt in the Icelandic language. No one was able to indicate that this was the answer to this one, and so on the eve of 2023, it's no one knows that takes the place on the Hall of Fame. We had commentators. Thank you very much for your comments. But it's no one knows that takes out the coveted place on the Hall of Fame for the New Year's Eve 2022. Thanks to everybody who has contributed to my vlog over 2022. Your comment by commenting, watching, and subscribing. I think you're all bloody marvellous. I know you're all bloody marvellous. Continue to be bloody marvellous. Fuel legit. This has been a maurieos presentation, recorded live in our studio at Ngaruawahia, Aotearoa, New Zealand, the land of the long white cloud, place where Kiwis live, in a paradise we like to call God's own country.